We'll let you in on my secret recovery blend. This is every time I finish up a long run or any kind of high intensity session or really long session. This is my typical go-to recovery workout formula that I have. First thing I'm going to use is some BPN G1M Sport. That's going to give me my carbohydrates and my electrolytes. I'm going to do 1 scoop of that to get those carbohydrates and those electrolytes. I'm going to do a scoop of whey protein. I like to do the My Protein Clear Peach Mango. The BPN G1M Sport is the orange, and the orange flavor goes good with the peach mango. It actually tastes good. So I'll do a scoop of protein. Depending on what my protein needs are for the day, I may do 2 scoops of protein if I need it. I'm gonna add a scoop of creatine monohydrate. I'm gonna add a scoop of maltodextrin. The G1M Sport has cluster dextrin is the carbohydrate in it. I'm gonna add a scoop of maltodextrin to get an extra, I think it's 15 or 18 grams of carbs here. It's 14 grams of carbs. And then I'm going to add a scoop of dextrose for another 18 grams of carbohydrates. The amount of carbohydrates I'm going to use is going to be dictated on how hard the session is. If the session is really, really hard or really long, and I know I'm really dipping into my glycogen source, I'm going to have more carbohydrates. And those carbohydrates are going to be key. Those carbohydrates are the number one thing that's going to really help and boost my recovery going into the next session. But like, especially if I'm going to have 2 sessions in a day, without a doubt, I want those carbohydrates in. That the carbs are almost the most essential thing in this drink, even more so than the protein. Because if you're getting protein all throughout the day, then that protein post-workout isn't going to be as important as those carbohydrates. So I got my dextrose, I've got my maltodextrin, I've got my G1M Sport, I have my protein, got my creatine. Sometimes I'll do a scoop of beta alanine depending on my needs, my beta alanine needs that day. And then I'm going to do a scoop of BPN collagen protein. Collagen protein, this is just a good time for me to take the collagen protein. And I'm going to go ahead and get, I do about a 3/4 scoop of the collagen protein. And that's just going to be for my joints. And I am going to add in, I get these little GNC chewable vitamin C. They're only 100 milligrams, and I prefer not to do a really big dose. So I'm going to do, they're just 100 milligrams, and I'm going to do 2 of those. I'm going to drop 2 in there. The vitamin C is to help with the absorption of the collagen protein. Vitamin C is going to help get better absorption out of that collagen protein. And that's it. So we've got our carbohydrates, we got our protein, our whey isolate protein, we've got our creatine, carbs, electrolytes, collagen protein, and vitamin C. And it's going to be a very thick, syrupy, heavy drink. But this drink is going to have a lot of calories. You know, I mean, it's going to have, we're going to have about 60 grams of carbohydrates minimum, and then I will add more carbohydrates to that if it's going to be, like I said, a really, really long or a really intense session. But if there's one way you get a combination like this, is going to really speed up your recovery. As soon as I finish my session, I like to walk, flush out the legs, cool down, do some stretches, do some breathing exercises to get back in a calm state of mind. And then as soon as I feel like I'm in that calm state, I'm going to, as soon as I possibly can, go ahead and start getting this drink in. And that is going to speed up my recovery greatly to help me to be able to perform well in that next session and to have a lot of output in the next session I'm doing, because that is the goal. We don't want to be always training so fatigued that we're never able to hit the level of stimulus that we want. And a drink like this is going to help with that for sure.